My name is Dave McMahon, Editor-in-Chief of Powersports Business Magazine. Welcome to another edition of the Powersports Business Video Chat, sponsored by Synchrony. Today I'm coming at you from Minnesota, where our headquarters office is. And today we have joining us is Justin Jackrell. Justin is the president and founder of Bentelli Powersports. He is located down in the Charleston, South Carolina area. And one thing I do recall, you guys were actually on the cover of PSB here within the last couple of years, Justin. Before we get too deep in anything, tell me a little bit more about that cruise you guys took on your dealer meeting for.
Oh, that was fun. We did 2 years in a row where we took all of our dealers down to the Bahamas. It was, I think, in January and February, so nice and warm times of the year when a lot of our dealers from near your area, Minnesota and the Midwest, they all came down and took them on a nice little couple-day cruise to kind of reward them for all the great work they've done. And then also do a lot of education, dealer education. We're really big on kind of staying up on the newest trends and letting the dealers kind of get together and figure out what's working in one dealership maybe the other dealerships haven't tried yet, and kind of just get them all together as a big family. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know a lot of those guys we follow on Instagram, so we still see that they are definitely pushing out Bentelli product from their dealerships and stuff. One thing I did come across was here just in the last week or so, you guys had made did a really cool initiative down there with your local food shelf. Just tell our listeners about that.
So a couple of years ago, I actually taught a high school class for marketing, and it was in kind of a rural area. And one of the things that really kind of blew me away was a lot of my students were saying that they didn't have meals at home waiting for them. They only were going to school because they got provided school meals while they were, Monday through Friday. And that was just something that's not acceptable to me. I'm really big into food and cooking. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef, so that's really important to me. So I think that everyone should come home to a hot meal. So when we opened up our retail store here in Charleston 2 years ago, one of the initiatives that we did is every single vehicle that we sell, we donate a month's worth of meals to the local food bank to take care of a local hungry child or adult. And at the end of each anniversary year, we kind of make that big donation. And we're really excited that this year we just surpassed 100,000 meals donated by Bentelli to the local food bank. So it's something that we're really proud of. It's something that really means a lot to us. And I would tell all dealers, we're having record years in the industry. Give back. This is the time to give back. There's just too many hungry people in this country. So that's something that we're kind of doing to kind of help one little bit at a time.
Yeah, that is fantastic. It was really cool to hear about that. How does that, I would imagine it gets you guys staff and employees pretty engaged, and certainly a sense of accomplishment and contribution.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, everyone is always looking to give back, and I think that this is one way that we can do it kind of collectively, where it rewards our staff for selling that one extra product. It helps the low country as the low country is supporting us, and as customers are traveling, hours away to come to our dealership to buy products from us. They're not only supporting us, but they're also supporting the local community as well with these donations. So when we made the announcement last week, our staff was just as excited as anyone because they're always waiting to hear what that number is that we're able to help out.
Oh, that's awesome. That had to be a cool setting to see those guys and watching them to see what that number was going to be. Yeah. One of the reasons why I also want to chat with you here was just to catch up from, I know we met a handful of times over at AIM Expo over the last couple of years, and appreciate your support of getting a lot of your dealers there in the last couple of years coming to our seminars and stuff. So, I do recall that you were going to be looking at 2020-ish maybe as a year that you try to dial back a little bit in terms of your day-to-day operations and stuff. So bring me up to speed on from where you might have been in, say, February to here we are heading almost in October.
Yeah, so that didn't happen. We were planning on 2020 being a year. So we relocated our manufacturing and distribution center about a year ago, and that allowed us to cut a lot of expenses. So we were kind of hoping to throttle back a little bit. It's been a long couple of years since we kind of moved here to Charleston 5.5 years ago. So we were kind of looking at this as a year where maybe we would just kind of stick with the dealers that have been really taking care of us and kind of just go status quo, kind of like we did last year without planning for a massive growth index. And that did not happen. All of our product lines our main three product lines are the scooters, gas scooters, electric bikes, and our golf carts. All three were having record years, a lot of it thanks to our amazing dealer network. We've released a few new e-bike models this year, which have been phenomenal sellers. We've released a couple new scooter models. We just released the new Bentelli Flash last week, which we can't keep in stock. And then I know it's not as big of a crowd for the Powersports business side, but on our golf cart and electric vehicle side, we released an entire new line of electric vehicles this year. And since we've done that, it's pretty much been the hottest seller in the industry, and we've been sold out, I think, for 4 months straight. We haven't had a single vehicle. We're pretty much sold out already through the end of the year. So it's been crazy around here. While a lot of other businesses were reducing their staff size, we've actually added, I think it's 8 new employees this year. So we're growing pretty quick. And we've added a lot of dealers as well. We've added about 50 to 70 new dealerships to the family as well this year. So it's been a lot of fun. We've been kind of holding on for dear life and catching our breath, but it's every day's been an adventure.
Right. What's so you talked a little bit about some of the inventory issues. What are you guys, what are you telling your dealers, say specifically on the scooter and electric bike side, that
Sure.
Powersports dealers might carry more so than the electric vehicle stuff? But I mean, are you 5 and 6 months out, or what type of time frame do you?
So one thing with us and a lot of our dealers, and you know this as well because you've seen a lot of our videos, we hold coffee talks every couple of weeks, and we're very transparent. We try and be the most transparent Powersports distributor in the nation. That's something that we've really been proud of since we actually celebrated our 20th year in business this year, and that's something we're really proud of, is kind of just being open and honest with the dealers and letting them know what to expect. So this whole year, the whole industry has been rocked. I mean, from ATVs, scooters, and go-karts and e-bikes, there was no stock, as we all know, for most of this year. We are now at the point where we've got a relatively full warehouse of scooters. So scooters are able to be shipped pretty much same day. E-bikes are going to kind of be like ATVs. We don't distribute ATVs, but we do sell them in our retail store. So just like a lot of your dealers, we've seen what it's like where you're kind of begging your distributors for 6 units if you could just get 6 units. E-bikes are going to kind of be like that for the next year and a half. I do not expect e-bikes to be readily available on a distributor level until 2022. And a kind of a look into the behind the scenes there. Normally, prior to the pandemic, when I would order an e-bike container, I would get that e-bike container shipped in about 45 days. The e-bike containers that I just ordered this week are going to be shipping to me in April or May of next year, if we're lucky. So kind of around here, when an e-bike container ships and we get knowledge of that, we throw a party. Last week we ate cake. Like, it's this exciting time because what's happening is the whole world is on an e-bike shortage. A little bit too much information, but like Europe, for example, no one's riding public transportation anymore. So Europe, which was already the largest user of e-bikes, now everyone is riding e-bikes. And when you're looking at China and Taiwan and the manufacturers where e-bikes are being made, they just can't. There's only 2 or 3 battery manufacturers. There's only 2 or 3 frame manufacturers that all the factories are kind of using. So they just can't keep up with the growth. So e-bikes are going to be rough. We have, since March, every container that we have received has been 100% pre-sold to the dealers before it even arrived to us. Wow. So I've got 400 e-bikes arriving tomorrow, and they're all 400 are already sold. They're all going out to the dealers. Right. So just like ATVs, it's going to be the same thing. ATVs are like e-bikes where the factories cannot keep up. So I would tell anyone, it doesn't matter who your distributor is, if you are going to be an ATV or an e-bike or a scooter dealer next year, buy your inventory ahead of time, pre-order it, because those who are doing that, right down the street from you is our good friends at EcoFun. Sure. EcoFun was our dealer of the year last year, and I think the number one thing that he does, Tim and Kaylin, who are running the place, is they pre-order inventory months in advance. So they make sure that every month they've got inventory, and that's kind of what everyone's going to have to keep doing, because I don't see full warehouses happening next year. It's just there's too much catch-up needed.
Exactly. Along those lines, when you're talking about electric bicycles, we obviously follow EcoFun and see what it seems like they're pushing out multiple units per day. So what are you seeing from a Powersports dealership side in terms of the traction that your guys' e-bikes are getting, and how is that kind of, here it's kind of the next big thing? Would you suspect that's the case, or what's your take on how e-bikes are fitting into our Powersports dealer world?
So we've been doing e-bikes for I think about 4.5 years now. When they were first brought out, no one wanted them. They weren't loud, they're not noisy, they're not fun. It's not what I want to drive, so I'm not going to sell them. And our dealers that were the early adapters of them have been doing phenomenal. The last AIM Expo we went to, I think it was a year and a half ago. That's when in the seminars, you guys started talking about them. And while we got a lot of dealers visiting us at the booth, I think we had 2 total dealers sign up because the dealers still were not wanting to do e-bikes. Now we kind of see we're getting dealer requests every day for e-bikes, and they're doing it at a time when there are no e-bikes. So, you know, it's kind of for whatever reason, Powersport dealers like to kind of draw out how long it should take to sign up on a new product line. And they want to watch, and they want to watch, and they want to watch. The dealers that have been doing it for years are selling 300-500 a year. We have a dealer in Wisconsin. His dealership in Wisconsin will sell over 3,000 e-bikes this year. His dealership. So the dealers that are just grabbing hold of it and just rocking it out are doing really well and making tons of money. I would still say that the majority of the motorcycle, scooter, ATV side just wants nothing to do with them. And we're just supporting those that want to play in that arena. And we've got great tools for them. We'll teach you how to sell them. We'll teach you how to make money. Phenomenal margins, but there's very little inventory right now. So the dealers that are joining now, you just got to get what you can get and keep pre-ordering. But it's a great product. You know, I own one. I had a bicycle for years, never took it out. Now I own an e-bike, and it's out every weekend. So
yeah, I was on one for the first time here in the last month or so myself during the Corona times, just as a new way to try something a little different. So yeah, it was way more fun than I anticipated. That's for sure. I did a lot more with the throttle than I did with the pedal.
But at least you took it out. You did some pedaling. You did some. Exactly. It's great for the 50+ crowd. That's who's buying these things. It's mostly the 50+. And honestly, the dealers that are stocking and promoting can't keep them in stock. They get 5 in stock, they sell the 5. Next time they buy 10, they sell the 10. So it's a great product, and it's super easy. You know, no tag and title work, no VIN numbers. You just load it up in their truck and send the smiles on their way.
Right. Yeah, we're in the midst of our quarterly dealer survey, and it's interesting. If you look back a couple years ago, we asked how many of the dealers that were surveying carried electric bicycles, and it was in that 1 to 3% range. And now here in the last couple, it's been closer to 10%. So definitely making some headway. And
it should be over 50. I mean, it should be. Okay. Every person that's watching this video right now, you have people in your city that are buying e-bikes. They're just not buying them from you. So make the money off of it. You got the people coming in your store already. It's a great complementary product. It's something that I said in our seminars when we ran the seminars in AIM Expo. I mean, it's a complementary product. It's not taking away anything.
Right. Well, Justin, I really appreciate you spending some time with us here today. Again, congratulations on the food shelf donation. That's a super cool thing. The one thing we try to do at PSB is share some of these ideas. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, the way you can impact your community. And this is certainly one of them. And so congratulations again for that. And again, thanks for taking the time with us here today on the Powersports video chat sponsored by Synchrony. And we'll look forward to seeing you hopefully in person as this coronavirus craziness wears on. So hopefully down the road we'll be able to touch base.
Absolutely. Hope all you guys are staying safe. Keep enjoying the record year. And if you guys need anything, just reach out. We're here to help.